Yo, what
Music.
up, though, world? It's your boy Hallie from the Monster Gang, Detroit representative to the day that I die. What up, though? Hope everybody doing good out there. I know it's been crazy stuff going on out in the world, but you know we got to move. We got to live, you feel me? And that's from the bottom of my heart. I hope everybody good that's watching this. Blessings, blessings. Thank the Most High, you feel me? Today, we're going to be talking about music. We're going to be talking about the evolution of music. Now, you got the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, the 2000s, all the way up until where we are now. Back in the day, people had actual records. Yes, I know, young kids, that's crazy to believe, but they had something called vinyl. And they actually, the DJs was scratching, and that's kind of where we got these new effects that y'all might use on beat machines and drum machines and stuff like that. But the 80s was really the time where they were just sampling all of those great hits from the 60s and 70s. And that's kind of what we do today. That's where we got that from. Putting those fly beats, those real good beats to those samples. And that's where the breakdancing and all those different things popped up, you know. And they were fly. They had the big gold, and, you know, the ladies had that. Remember, Salt and Pepper and them had the 8-ball jackets, and Hammer was coming through with the fresh haircuts and the fly glasses. You know what I'm saying? So we always had this in our culture, you know, dating all the way back, you know. So, but the 90s was like a counterculture era. The 90s was the time where rap kind of got less, I wouldn't say progressive, but it got less conscious. It started to be more about real life. It started to be more about beef. It started to be more about the money, the cars, the women. We kind of got into that other era. You know, that's where you get your East Coast, West Coast beefs from. That's where when you started dealing with rappers, it was less about their words and it was more about who they were. And that ushered in the era that we have today. But back then, that was tapes and CDs, cassette tapes that you actually had to put in there and press play and rewind. So if you wanted to hear this song and it was at the front of the tape and you was at the back of the tape, you actually had to hit rewind and it would rewind it all the way back. So we came a long way. When they put out CDs, they were eons ahead, you know, like in the thinking. So that was kind of how we did in the 90s. And then in the 2000s, and, you know, getting to the internet time and things of that nature, that was when MP3s started popping. And that was when the illegal downloads and Napster and BitTorrent and all that kind of stuff was out. And it was like, it was something that we've never seen before. And it's ushering what we in now. Now we're actually just streaming. Now we're just streaming videos. We don't, and going on YouTube and Spotify and all these different places. So that's just